Hi, I'm Kunzi, and today I am playing Hexcells Infinite. And some people may remember I actually played Hexcells some time ago. And I said at the end of that video that if the sequels, Hexcells Plus and Hexcells Infinite, came up on a good sale, I was definitely going to be buying them because I really enjoyed the original Hexcells. And well, what do you know? They came up in a sale. So here we go. Hexcells Infinite. I've actually played all the way through 100% and also Hexcells Plus, and the gameplay is exactly the same as Hexcells, which is no bad thing really. Hexcells was a great game, but Hexcells Infinite has a little advantage in that you can use random seeds to generate new boards and just keep playing for, well, pretty much forever. I mean, how many are there? So what's that? About 100 million. About 100 million different boards. And I've already done today's, so I'm not going to use today's date, so I'm just going to use a random seed. As you can see, I played 123, I think, bang for buck. This game costs just well, in my currency, a couple of pounds, which means that for the amount of money that I spent, I think I've gotten more value out of this game than any other game I've ever bought. Anyway, the gameplay is the same as before. It's a sort of minesweeper. These numbers are the number of blue hexes around them, and so if you right-click, you'll clear out this here as 0, so we know that none of these hexes around it can be blue hexes. That means we just right-click on them all, and same with those two. But we know there's one hex next to this one that's a blue one, and there's only one hex available, so that must be a blue one. So we can then left-click and done. And then there's other ones, so the dash means that they're not together, which means this one, and then this one for that one there, and then that one, and the braces mean that they're together. So 1, 2, 3 in right next to each other. So it's out, out. So that means in, out, out, in, out, and out. If there's a number inside, that means that within this area there must be that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1 in there, which we'll come back to later. And then they also tell you by rows and columns how many are in each of those rows and columns. And then that's it. Off you go. Solve the puzzle. So that one's in, which means that one's out. Those two are in, which means those two are out, which means those two are in, and that one's in, and that one's in. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, not quite enough, so I'm not entirely certain. Oh, but 2 in this column, so that means another, these must be out, these must be in, and that must be in, and that must be out. Yeah, and it's really quite addictive because it's quite simple. Quite simple to explain, you learn it quite quick, but the puzzles sort of build up quite fast, and you find yourself sort of almost compelled to just keep going and see how well you can solve these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these are out, or at least I do. I've played a lot of this. I imagine I'll probably be playing a lot more. One of those two must be in, but that's not enough for me to tell. Must be. So far, they've all been possible to solve. There haven't been any ones which are impossible. So I'm going to assume that continues, and that I've just missed something. So this must be out, this must be out. But sometimes it can be a bit hard to, these must be in. Out. Sometimes you have to go back over what you've done and just look over and over again. And you say, yes, that one there must be in. And you can keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get these question marks, so you don't actually know, and they're really annoying ones. I really don't like those. yeah, so that's basically the game. I don't know if I really recommend it. It's very compelling. If you like these sort of simple puzzle games and you haven't tried it, give it a go. And also the music. The music's definitely worth mentioning as well. As you can notice, it when I click something, the music changes to match, which is really very cool. One of those three must be in. One of those three must be in. One of those three. It's not quite enough for me to want. Oh, but there's already one there. There's 4 around that one. What am I missing? What am I missing, people? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one must be in. Out. In. Yeah, so you can hear that as I click the various ones, click the various hexes, and when reveal them, the music changes slightly, which I think is a really nice little effect. So what have I missed now? That one must be in. Out, 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 out. Yeah, you just got to keep your eyes open. And you'll see 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's supposed to be out, in, out, in. This one must be in. 1, 2, 3, out. Slowly getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4. How am I supposed to get into here? Yeah, I'm not doing very well on this one. I guess that's the problem with playing puzzle games and doing the puzzles for the very first time, is you can look a bit dumb when you take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out. So, in, out, in, out. This one must be in. 2, 3, 4. So one of those two, which we already know, and 1, 2. So this one must be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. So in. Oh, I misclicked. That I was supposed to left click that in, but I right clicked it out. Very dumb. 2, 3, 4. Out. Which is a nice way of saying I actually got it right. Really honest. Out. 1, 2, 3. In. Out. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of those two. Not enough for now. 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those two. Not enough. Just to work it out for now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, one of those two. That one must be out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of those two. It's one of those two, that one must be out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of those two, which is exactly what we saw before. That's not doing us any favours. Oh, but we know that one must be in. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out, 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 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. And this one must be in. Out. Okay. This is how it's going to be. This is a very slow one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All of those are out. Which means this one must be in. Out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, out, out. In, out. In, out. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. In, out. In, out, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, out, out. Out, and we're done. So there we go, 11 minutes. And that's Hexcells. That was one of about 10 million that are of these ones that are available. It's a really good game. You're going to keep going forever. I've done 124, about 30 hours. It's great. I love it. I love it so much. I play about 1 or 2 every day. And yeah, I can highly recommend Hexcells Infinite as a very good puzzle game. Thank you very much, and bye.